Why does Debbie seem to favor Oliver more than Mark? Nolan's second wife, Andressa, knew she wouldn't live long enough to watch Oliver grow up. On top of that, Oliver's more human-like appearance made him easier to accept on Earth, so she begged Mark to take him back with him. Even though Oliver is technically an illegitimate child, Debbie still accepted him, and in some ways, seemed to love him even more than her own son, Mark. But why? On the surface, it's because Oliver looks so much like Mark. That familiar face instinctively lowers Debbie's guard. But that's only part of the story. First, Mark barely spends any time with Debbie. He's busy being a hero, and the workload from the company he runs with Eve is overwhelming. He hardly has time to be at home. Oliver's arrival fills that emotional gap, giving Debbie someone to care for and love when she needs it most. Second, Debbie's love for Oliver is really about raising him to be compassionate. If Oliver had never come to Earth, he might have grown into a destructive alien. But from the moment he was a baby, Debbie raised him with care, naming him after her father, feeding him herself, teaching him how to speak. When Mark once questioned whether Oliver was a monster, Debbie firmly stood up for him. She even refused Cecil's request to take Oliver to the GDA, and when Levy threatened them, she was willing to risk her own life to protect him. Later, when Oliver sacrifices himself to protect Mark's family, Debbie's grief is no less than if she had lost her own son. That's why Oliver becomes so attached to her and listens to her completely. Mark, as an adult, doesn't need that level of motherly care anymore, but for Oliver, it's exactly what he needs. So, do you think Debbie is playing favorites?